Welcome to Park Grove Community Chat, a time for us to get together and speak to you, the Park Grove community, about topics that we feel are important to you and viable in our everyday church life. Today we have our special guest with us, an expert in small groups, Chuck from Chuck Knows Church.
I do want to clarify, I wouldn't consider myself an expert.
It's also Mr. Chuck.
Mr. Chuck.
Any of it's fine, but I've been in a few small groups,
Right.
but I'm not an expert.
So Chuck is not an expert on small groups, but he knows a lot about them.
A little
So he's
something.
like an expert.
A semi-expert. Let's start off, small groups, by merit of the definition.
Yeah.
Is there a size limitation? In other words, 5 foot and under constitutes one group?
No, I don't. I'm going to stop you right there. I don't think the size of a person plays anything into
So
a small
size
group.
has nothing, physical size has
You can
nothing
be
to do.
tall or small. Small groups are.
But
are
like
good.
how tall for a small group?
Right.
Like Mr.
Like children's
Riley's.
group. Children's group, if they were.
I think when they're talking about small groups, they're talking more like the amount of people in a small group.
So what would that be?
Yeah.
I don't think there's a hard number. It can vary in range.
So Batman and Robin, two
people.
small?
Sure, Batman and Robin could be a small group if they were talking about Jesus or the Bible and not,
Well, what's
Penguin.
the max number?
I don't.
Like
Again, I
like
don't.
the choir?
There's not a. Well, the choir is a different story because it's not about how many people. The choir is they're convening for a different purpose.
So,
So
you
they're there
shouldn't
to
sing,
sing.
but you shouldn't sing.
No, you. I'm not saying
In a
you
small
can
group,
sing
you
in a small
shouldn't.
group if you want. I'm just saying that's not the reason.
Okay,
Like
so
if you-
I think what we've discovered today working with Chuck, that no singing in the small groups,
That's
at
too
least
bad.
2 people, and don't dress up in costumes.
I like the singing. But the choir dresses up, the robes, they're kind of like costumes.
That's what I'm saying, you can't have costumes in a small group. I think that's what I was getting, that's what I was
I bet
getting.
if he joined the choir, he would change his mind on that.
Yes.
Subcom 2, take 1.
Batman and Robin, too big, too small?
Well, I don't think the size of the person.
This is not gonna go well.